We are in this world, but we're not of this world. We are kingdom citizens. And if we're going to build kingdom businesses, we have to understand kingdom principles. We as human beings, we are 3D beings. We have to look and understand who we are because our power simply is embedded in our identity. Let's look at how we are and how our team building exercise differs from the others out there. First thing here is, let's look at who we are. The first one, we have the second one, and we have the third one. We are three-part being. We have the body, we have the soul, and we have the spirit. The human body is characterized with our senses. Number one is sight. Number two is hearing. Number three is smell. Number four is touch. And of course, the fifth sense here is taste. Anything that has a physical body has these five senses because this is how we relate with the world and this is how we relate with each other. The second part here is the soul. The soul is characterized, number one here, with the intelligence. Number two is characterized with will. And number three is emotions. A soul is your intelligence. And you can only live life at the level of your intelligence. And I can prove this to you. This is how God created the world. Those of high intelligence or those of low intelligence have to serve those of high intelligence. So unless you invest in your intelligence, you only solve potential. Your intelligence determines how you will yourself in this world. We've got free will, but we have to understand that free will is not free. Your level of intelligence determines how much free will you have in terms of willing yourself in this world. Your free will determines your emotions. So this is an area that most of us don't really invest in. And of course, the third aspect of this kingdom team building program that we do here is spirit. Your spirit is characterized, one, with intuition. Number two is communion. And the third characteristic here is consciousness. Your intuition is your God self, the God in you. How much closer and what kind of relationship do you have with you? Because you cannot have a relationship with God first and foremost until you have a good relationship with yourself. Then have a good relationship with your brother, and then through that you have a good relationship with God. And that's where intuition comes in. We always know that. Communion is how you worship and how you praise your God. And this has got nothing to do with you going to church on Sunday or going to the mosque on Friday. Communion is your interpersonal, intrapersonal relationship with God. And of course, consciousness, we all have an innate GPS inside us that tells us when we right or wrong. You are righteous by nature. You are created from right. So most of us are right, and that's why when we do wrong, we always know. Now, with our program, we make sure that we invest on all these three because majority of people live in this area here because we live in our body. But the unfortunate part here is, if I had to take this pyramid and look at it, this is only 10%, and this 10% is this body that we live in. The rest, which is 90%, is in your soul and in your spirit, and most of us don't really invest in this. So for us to be who God intended us to be, for us to be kingdom citizens, we have to understand what it means to be a kingdom man or a kingdom woman. And welcome to this program where in our kingdom principles we focus more on team building, focusing on the three aspects, the 3D effect of a kingdom citizen. Hope to see you soon.